'cause you're my home away from being alone.
Hello friends, welcome to a new week. The weekend was such a perfect balance for me of like work and rest and family time and socializing with non-family people time. I feel very inspired going into this week, thinking about how I want to kind of carry that balance through the week. Like I've said before, that doesn't mean every day, you perfectly check all those boxes, but through the week, I would love some balance. I feel like the last few weeks have just kind of, had a lot going on, really heavy in one area, the next week's really heavy in another. Hopefully this week will just kind of feel a little bit more even. That being said, feeling more even. Last week was fall, this week is summer. We have a plus 30 in the forecast, which I think is Wednesday they're calling for. Not sure if that'll happen, but it's like in the 20s all week, sometimes high 20s, and that always happens in September, but it always weirds me out because I just like mentally want to be in fall. But I think we'll embrace the summer for this week. Fall will come eventually. Although that being said, the highest part of the day, the warmest part of the day is like 6 p.m. The rest of the day kind of feels like fall, especially in the mornings. My plans for today are pretty work and relaxing focused, relaxing for work, doing some reading. I'm continuing to work on cleaning out my bookshelf, my unread books, as well as my read books downstairs. I am just inspired to get rid of all the books. Last week I went to Little Free Libraries, dropped off a ton of books. I've been doing some try a chapter videos over on my Patreon, and I'm gonna do some on my book channel pretty soon as well. Just feeling the mood to purge books, and I'm just gonna run with that for as long as I can. So I have some filming actually to do for that right away. It's good. I've been getting rid of a lot of books, and then the ones that I don't want to get rid of, I'm actually inspired to read them instead of just leaving them on my shelves. I started out doing this at being over 200 books, unread books, and I think I've got rid of or almost got rid of, I've put on stacks to get rid of almost 100 books in the last month, so that's been really good. So yeah, welcome to the week. Not really sure what we're all gonna get up to. Want to do something fun this week, but I don't know what it is. I said Fridays were supposed to be fun days a couple weeks ago, and then it seems like every other week it's actually a different day. It doesn't matter. I just want to try to do something fun, new, different each week. Yeah, and I don't know what that's going to be yet this week. So we will see where the week all takes us. Also, continuing the conversation from last week on what I should study, I did try a chapter over on my Patreon. I'm doing a bunch of middle grade books, and I tried a chapter of this book this morning, and this has made me realize that I think I want to study the KJV and all things kind of related to that for an area of study for the next year. I think that sounds fascinating. It's really close to the spy topic that I like so much, but also different than I've done before. So thank you so much to the Blackbird girls for inspiring that.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within.
Welcome to Adventure Day. I went and said Fridays I was gonna do fun things, and apparently this month it's just working out that Tuesdays are Adventure Day. So my oldest is doing a homeschool soccer thing for the month of September in Leduc. So a couple weeks ago I went there, checked out their little coffee shop, one of the coffee shops, the Nook, and I've been tag teaming driving, so I haven't had to drive each week, but this week I'm driving again, and I'm taking a couple extra children with me. So we are gonna see what we can find to do in Leduc. I'm currently thinking a thrift store, a walk along a boardwalk, and maybe a bakery. But I'm going to play it by ear, and we will see what exactly unfolds. I did want to give a little reading update, although first watching update thing. We have watched three episodes now of Spy Family, and Jared and I'm enjoying it. It's a little different than the manga book, but it's fun, and we are watching it on Crunchyroll, which surprisingly enough is free. You don't need to create an account. There is ads, but there's tons of stuff on there, a lot of manga, One Piece, Hunter x Hunter, a couple other ones that I'm aware of, so we will see how far we go into Spy Family. It is definitely a little different. The humor is a little different, but Anya, like, she's my favorite. She's great in the show as well as the book. So definitely check that out if you like that kind of thing. I can't remember if Snow White with the red hair was on there too. I think we looked it up. I kind of think not, but I need to double check because I would really like to watch that versus reading it. I think I've finished reading the series for myself. It's gotten a little confusing with how people look, but I feel like a show might be easier. I know Charlene told me that she found that easier or enjoyed the show, so I want to give that a try yet too. I also want to give a little bit of a reading update. I am still working on Lethal Kings. I thought I would be done this book quite a while ago already. I don't know if it's because it's an ebook. I am getting farther. I'm almost 80% through now, I think, so I should be able to finish this week. And I've been like still doing this like Kobo Kindle debate, constantly switching. This morning I decided maybe I should ask for a Kindle for Christmas and buy myself the Kobo and then just have both. Then there's no debate because there was a Kindle book on sale for 99 cents American. It was like $1.34 Canadian that I bought this morning because the proceeds go to missionaries working in a baby home in South Africa. And we adopted Ephraim through a baby home in South Africa. Highly unlikely they're the same ones, but I kind of want to find out. And so, like, yeah, I want to send $1.35 there. Anyway, so I kind of want a Kindle and I want a Kobo. The debate continues, so why not end the debate and get both, in theory. So I'm reading Lethal Kings. This is the second book in a fantasy fae duology. And I was doing a try chapter on the weekend for Patreon for my Windy Poplars tier, and I decided I want to read Speak by Laurie Halls Anderson. I read the first chapter and was really intrigued, so I'm not very far. I'm 12 pages in now, and it's interesting. It's about a teenager that's an outcast, and I don't really know why. I mean, I kind of know because the back says a little bit, but I stopped reading, so I didn't actually find out. The pages are crinkly, which, are you pro or not page crinkle? Reka really loves crinkly pages, so whenever I hear it, I think of her. She like will sit there with her book and do this on purpose while she's reading. I'm kind of indifferent. I like that the page crinkle usually means like it's a well read or used book, but the sound gets on my nerves. And then I'm also listening to a book. I finished an audiobook last week and then started a new one, which it's been a while since I've done an audiobook. I'm reading Winter's Maiden by Morgan L. Bussey. I think this is supposed to be like a prequel series to another one of her series, but as of right now, I don't understand how it's going to tie in. So I'm just viewing it as the first in a series. It's like a Nordic fantasy series, so it feels a little weird to be reading kind of a winter feeling book at this point in the year, but oh well, I'm embracing it. Maybe I'll be able to recommend it as a winter read for people. And then I have some classics and other books on the go, but like these three right now are the ones I'm going to finish and then start some others and then pick away a little bit. I started The Moonstone last week or the week before. I'm not very far. I need to figure out how to push myself to read classics because I've now shared my classics literature degree picks for the year over on my book channel, and like there's a lot of books on there, and then people suggested other ones that I realized were on my shelf that I had forgotten about. So I have a lot of books I want to read in the next while, a lot of classics, so I need to find a way to push myself to like actually read them. But I'm not sure how much reading is going to get done today because I need to make us some lunch so we can get going here.
Story being told inside my head. I'm too shy to straighten up my bones and be a man. I gotta tear this wall apart to let you in. My friends say the time's running out, so take the chance. Make a move, 'cause the store won't stay open till the end. Won't you tear my world apart? 'Cause I know I need a start to let you in. When it's over, I will see what I've done. Let it go too soon. Oh, I'd be stronger if you just step right in. 'Cause I need a start to let you in. Days pass and I'm still the same inside my head. And I can't stop thinking about what you said. I gotta tear my wall apart. And it's the only way to start to let you in. When it's over, I will see what I've done. Letting go too soon.
Okay, Leduc, their boardwalk thing yesterday, amazing. I didn't get a chance to check in once we got home because I had a headache that just got worse and built, and it takes a lot out of me. But oh my goodness, it was amazing. That house, or whatever that building was, I thought it was beautiful. And we got closer and the ivy was growing up it, and I told Ephraim, those people need to move out. We need to move in there. That's oh man, like an English cottage with ivy growing up it is like my dream. And this was on, well, the pond, the one part of the pond is pretty green and not very pretty, but like all the birds, I loved it. That was so good. But yeah, then I got a headache and spent the evening with my neck massager, which Jared's actually using now. That thing is amazing, but it doesn't, it's more like it does like the upper shoulders but not the neck as much. So I used the massager. Jared massaged my neck a little bit, and I used a Rovex, and the headache is mostly gone. I can still feel it there a little bit. Like if I don't rest a bit today, it's gonna come back pretty intensely, but at least it's better for now. I got a couple movies from the thrift store, pretty much all just ones for the kids, except I found Miss Congeniality, which I really want to rewatch because I watched that forever ago. And then I think all the other ones were for the kids. And I found myself a puzzle. This is a 550 piece autumn worship puzzle. They actually had another one there, exactly the same. And I checked last night when I got home because it was taped up. It's still in the bag, so that's awesome. I'm wondering if I'm going to become more of a 500 to 750 whatever kind of puzzle kind of person. I have a couple of 1,000-piece puzzles left to do, but this one just looked so perfect for autumn. There was another one that I almost got. It was hard to leave behind, but they were $4. Not a bad price, but I don't know, I didn't want to buy too many of them, especially knowing that I have a couple to do. So I was thinking around Thanksgiving weekend would be the start of when I start puzzling. I think I usually start in October, so that's perfect. Canadian Thanksgiving is the 13th-ish this year, whatever the Monday is. So right around then, I think I'm gonna start. I'm going to ask for like a giant puzzle table thing for Christmas, I think, because I don't have a place. I have the puzzle mat which works, but it's not the best, and I don't have a place to put it that's safe from a cat and kids, and so yeah, I'm not sure how I will do this pre getting a puzzle table. I'll put up a picture because I can't really explain it. It's got drawers and yeah, and it looks like it would be very helpful, but I got this. So my plan for today, I really need to go to Costco. We need some groceries, but I'm worried that going to Costco will make my headache worse because it's definitely still feeling it, so debating. So I might go out and get some stuff yet, or I might chill, we'll see. But I wanted to update a little bit. I got a couple more homeschool resources in the mail at the beginning of the week. I ordered them from Christian Book and the shipping cost me $35 alone. So because I was going to order something, then I ordered some more stuff. So we decided to Reka, the advanced biology she was doing was pretty advanced. I mean, it's for grade 12 / like pre-university stuff. So we got the biology unit, which this is geared towards her age. So we got the student notebook and the textbook, and she's 3 days in and enjoying this a lot more. So I'm glad we went that route. And then since I was ordering stuff already, I ordered more Explode the Code number 4 and number 5. These are supposed to be for phonics, but I'm using them for spelling for my 6th grader. So he's doing number 3 right now. And this is like his highlight of the day, doing the Explode the Code. So I'm thankful for that. He's enjoying it. The illustrations are hilarious. I've been debating if I'm going to be using my homeschool channel some more, what to do there. I think right now I'm thinking I'm going to do a monthly check-in, like here's what's going well in our homeschool, here's what's changing. That seems feasible, but we will see. If so, then our September check-in should be like at the end of or beginning of October. I'll do a like how September went, what we changed, etc. But I'm not 100% sure that's what I'm gonna do. I'm still kind of debating, but I'm leaning towards that. Last night I finished reading Mortal Queens, so today I need to pick a new ebook, or I'm actually gonna be filming my October TBR right away, so maybe I will wait until I do that and decide which ebook I'm gonna read. I'm leaning kind of towards 2. There's a Crown of Chains, I think it's called. That one's on Kindle Unlimited, which I got the free thing for and haven't really used it yet. And Jimmy Jill Wright's new book that's coming out in October, I have the e-arc for. I can't remember the title of that one either. I'm debating between those 2, so I might wait until after my filming. And that's what we're currently at. Don't really know what I'm going to do this afternoon. I think my physical body needs me just to stay home and like read and relax, but my children and family and fridge really need me to go get some groceries. So we'll see what ends up happening. Also, I got some stickers in from Temu, some of which I've already opened. I need to open the rest of them, organize them. I'm really excited to use them in my pen pal letters and different things in my little pocket journal, as well as my collage journal thing, whatever. I don't even know what that thing's called. So I need to pull them all out, organize them. I think they're gonna be really cute.
Blue sky come bearing up before us. We hang on the hem of your gown. Blue sky come, promise not to leave us. Tarry not to our town. There's a darkness in the valley. Heavy branches crack and split. If we holler, will you hurry? Can you hear us through the wind? Blue sky come, dancing in between us. Take us up, lay us down. Blue sky come, promise not to leave us. Tarry not.
Today's Thursday. This morning in my line a day journal, when I was writing in there, I said the days don't have enough hours. How are we on Thursday already? There's so many things that I like to do in a day, would like to do in a day, and I just don't have time for them all. Last night, we ended up watching a movie, but after some family time, I was like, I still have an entire video to edit for today. I've been doing book videos on my book channel on Mondays and Thursdays for the last long time. And I've often done like 3 videos a week there, and it's been fine, including like Patreon videos, but lately 2 videos a week there has just been cutting it tight. Like, I'm up the night before editing them. I would have started editing at like 8:30 last night, and it would have taken me at least an hour for that video. And I just decided, you know what? I'm skipping this video, which is a hard call to make because it is a hobby. I enjoy it. It's fun. I love the community, but it is also a job. So there's this like, do I prioritize family time? Do I prioritize like bringing in a little bit of income? It's not a huge job. I don't spend a ton of time on it. I don't have a ton of time to spend on it. It doesn't bring in a ton of money, but it does bring in some. And yesterday I made the call to not have a video go up today. I don't know. I think that's going to happen a little bit more often leading up to December. I'm hoping to do some form of Vlogmas or Bookmas this year with a few tweaks. I've done that every year that I've been on BookTube, other than the first year I started right before Christmas. And it's fun, but it's a lot. So I want to make sure I have some time to prep for that and finish getting us kind of into this homeschool school rhythm. It helps that the last video I shared on my book channel, so if you don't have a YouTube channel, you might not know, but YouTube, there's a YouTube studio where you go and you upload your video and do all your stuff. And it always shows you how well or poorly your video is, your last video you posted is doing compared to your other ones. So the previous video I posted was my DIY literature degree. That started at 10 out of 10. That means it was the worst performing video that I have posted out of my last 10. Like, it had the least amount of views. Then it jumped up and has been at number 1. Like, normally a video will fluctuate, you know, maybe like 3 rankings. But to go from number 10 to number 1, I have never seen that happen before. So it was a little easier to skip posting a video when my last one is still doing quite well. Because if you have a video that's doing well, as soon as you post a new one, YouTube kind of stops promoting the previous one. So that helped my call a little bit. I do not like YouTube's viewing of the like showing you how well your video is performing compared to your other ones, because in theory a person would always like to be getting better, and you would always like your newest video to be the best one you've created, or like the most popular one, or like that people love it the most. But that's not the case. And when a video is in those like bottom few spots, it can be very discouraging, and I hate that. It's like comparison, but only comparison with myself, and I wish a person could turn that off. But it is nice when a video is doing well, then I like to see it. Just got a notification that my card was full, so I had to delete a previous video. Last night we ended up watching Inside Out 2. We've been waiting to watch that one, and I got Disney Plus. There's like a deal for like $2 a month for 3 months. We don't normally have a streaming service unless there's like a deal or it's the middle of winter. Generally December, January, February, those are the months when it's like, okay, we can watch a lot of TV now because we are stuck inside because it's freezing cold. But I do like it when I can get a really good deal. This one is $2 a month, and you still have ads, but if you can watch videos on the kids profile, those ones don't have ads. So whatever possible, we watch on the kids profile. And then if it's like too high of a rating, we have to bump over to a different one where you get some ads, but it's not too bad. So while we were watching, I was working on catching up on my reading journal. I have a hard time sitting through any kind of movie and not doing something. So I was working on, I had to finish my August, I just did a little bit in August, and then I did all of September. my TBR page plus my wrap-up page, and then October's TBR. And then for October, I'm also going to be doing some extra pages because of my Cozy Cottage readathon. It's Victober. I don't know how much I'm going to do there, but a little bit. So yeah, I like being able to work on something while I'm watching something. So that's kind of a double use of my time. If you guys keep a reading journal at all, I would love to hear your format. I like the idea of keeping one, and I've been able to catch up when I get behind, but overall, I wouldn't say that I've loved what I've done. It's not because I don't necessarily like how it looks, although some of them aren't very great, but sometimes it's just hard to stay on top of it. So I'm not sure. I'm uncertain if I'm going to keep one next year or not. So today's plans. First of all, this morning I made this like really delicious apple drink. I will leave the recipe below. I will leave the recipe I made, and then I will share modifications I plan on making in the future because it was a little bit too cinnamony. I got inspired for this because I saw, you guys, I think I mentioned Carrie Cakes in every video. In one of her videos, I don't remember if it was a recent one or an old one, she went to a cafe and they made what looked like this, and so I gave it a try. And it's just water, apples, cinnamon, and a little bit of sugar. So it was really good. Just a little bit too much cinnamon. But then my plan for today is probably to edit the video that it was supposed to go live today, schedule it for Monday, so I'm already ahead for next week. That will feel good. And then I went to Costco yesterday, and I actually didn't even get too overwhelmed or get a headache. But today I think we're going to go to Costco Business Center. I haven't been there yet. Jared has. Last time he came home with a 2 kilogram, like a 5-pound bag of dried pepperoni for our weekly pizzas, because we have pizza every Sunday after church. We make kind of like a homemade pizza, except we buy a gluten-free pizza crust. It's such a good thing to do on Sundays after church because we don't have to think. We used to go like open the fridge, close the fridge, go to the pantry, close the pantry, you know, go to the fridge, and just like walk back and forth and be like, no, we have no food. But now Sundays we get home from church, we just make pizza. It's great. I can't remember why we are going to Costco Business Center. I think there was like an actual thing we were going to be looking for, but I don't remember. I do know they have a huge bag of gluten-free flour, and oh, I think they have gluten-free pizza crust too, but like a huge box. So we'll see what we can find. I'm curious to see how different it is than just like regular Costco. I've never been to one before, so very curious.
In a world of green, just like a dream, you and I standing wild and free, with petals so golden, the sun's warm kiss, a love so strong, a bliss. Whispers of the breeze, secrets unfold. It's you that I need, it's you that I want. When the world gets cold, it's you and me. When the sun comes.
This is just one of those weeks where every day I have errands to run, and like I said earlier, I never feel like I have enough time. After Costco, we went home, went to the bus stop, picked up the first grader. I was going to take him to Dollarama to buy a gift for my oldest. Her birthday is next week. He wanted to buy her something, and then he lost his motivation. So I had to come out to go to the library anyway, so I did that. And I realized I need to buy treats for Tolkien. So cat treats need to get purchased. And then I can go home and make supper and maybe relax a little bit this evening, do some video editing or reading or crafting of some sort. I have a pen pal letter I could respond to. I have options, but I just want to get all these errands done and stop leaving my house so much. Like, I like to get out, even though I'm introverted, but man, I really like a day where I just don't have to leave the house. Anyone else relate to this? So let's get this done. Okay, here's this week's library haul. We have not got a movie out from the library since we've moved, and it's been a very long time since we have it all. The kids wanted to watch the Pirates of the Caribbean, so I believe this is the first one. We will give this a try. I haven't watched this since I was in high school. The Fifth Avenue Story Society. I heard about this somewhere. Do I remember where now? No. I don't remember if it was a recommendation in one of my videos. I don't remember. What is this even about? I don't know what this is. We will see if I get to this. Honestly, if I don't remember what it's about, then it's less likely I will, but I got this for some reason. This one, welcome to the, I don't even know how to pronounce it, bookshop. Amy, I think this was an Amy request because of her video. I watch one video from Amy, request a bunch of books, and they come in slowly over the weeks. That's what's happening here. Oh, this one, you're not supposed to remove this. This is Silver Bounty. This is the second book after Oathbound, I think. It's the Royal Rose Chronicles by Victoria McCombs. And so I wanted to finish this series. This is like a pirate fantasy series. I don't even remember much about book one. I've read a couple of her other books since I read book one, but there's that. Coraline, Reka wanted this one, and I might read it too. So many people talk about this book. I know nothing about it. Neil Gaiman figured with fall coming, this would be a good time to read that one. I also got the Graveyard book by him. I think Coraline's pretty short. This one has some illustrations, so I have no idea what either of them are about, honestly. Then last week, one of the picture books I got had this one in there. It had a bunch of book recommendations, and I love birds, so this called to me. And apparently this is Indigenous fiction, so it's like First Nations Indigenous fiction. I'm not even sure, but I like birds, so I thought I would try that. And then speaking of birds, Sing a Song of Seasons, a nature poem for each day of the year. I have gotten this book out from the library so many times over the years. Oh, look, May 31st. That's Jared's birthday. I've thought about buying the book, but I honestly think that getting it from the library, I read it more than if I owned it, or maybe I'm just trying to justify it so that I don't buy it. It's kind of the opposite of what I normally do. But these are just short little poems for each day. There's some good variety in here. This gives you an overview each month which poems are in there. So you got like some classics and some more recent ones. And I really enjoy the illustrations. I would like to own this book. The only problem I have is how massive it is. Like this, let's see here, this is a regular sized book. And this is more of a coffee table book. And I don't have a coffee table, so maybe once I do, then I will grab this. Yeah, so that's all from the library for this week.
Oh, dandelion, the strength that you've shown, stronger each year. Look how we hold on through the toughest of times. We still stand strong through pavement. We will grow forever. We will grow.
One of the things I decided to do in our homeschool year this year is have Fridays be super chill days. My oldest saves one lesson of math for Friday, and then the 11-year-old has a couple things to do, but those things he can do on his own. So I'm like very not needed, and that's nice. I really like that. We still haven't really done any like Friday outings like I'm hoping for, but I think we'll get there eventually. This morning, my plan is to, a little later than I was hoping for, I need to go to the pharmacy and see if I can get a prescription moved over from Saskatchewan to Alberta. Interesting hearing your guys' like healthcare system, those of you that are American that shared in the comments last week. So last week we had a 3-hour wait at the doctor. I didn't mention that like we didn't have an appointment. So that was a 3-hour walk-in wait. Doctors here are so full, and same in Saskatchewan, so full that they're not taking new patients. So the only way you can get in to see a doctor is via a walk-in. And I was gonna ask today when I go to the pharmacy, because some pharmacists can now do some things to help with this terrible backlog that they have. So sometimes pharmacists can prescribe different medications. But one thing I need to do is find a specialist here in the city. My old one didn't have anyone to recommend. So I need to go see a doctor to get a referral to a specialist. But I'm wondering if the pharmacy could do it and save me some time. A couple of weeks ago, Jared went to the pharmacy for a walk-in appointment, and the pharmacist was seeing someone at the time, and he was the next person in. So it was like way faster if it's things in their sphere that they're allowed to prescribe for. But I wonder if they could do a referral. Probably not. I'm gonna see. If the wait for my medication is less than half an hour, I'm gonna stay. I'm bringing half a king. I'm like only a few pages into this. This was my patron of the month's pick, and I feel like I just want to read all day. Well, mostly I want to have a good chunk of time reading today, so I'm curious to see how far I can get into this, unless my mood changes. Sometimes I want to create or consume, like I talked about a little bit in last week's video, but I want to get going so I'm at the pharmacy before it's too late in the morning and see if I can get the medication I need, because I haven't been taking it for like over a week and a half because of the hassle that it's going to be. So I need to go deal with that.
I met an old man. I said, tell me your story. He took out a notepad and wrote something for me. Then he kept walking on down the road, and I watched him disappear like smoke. And I thought I'd just seen a ghost. Then I looked down at what he wrote. It said, son, when you grow up you'll be fine. I know you've got questions on your mind. Life is gonna happen one way or the other, whether you like it or not. Stop looking for the answers and you'll find what you've got.
Okay, I've spent my afternoon and the rest of my morning doing laundry, editing a video, scheduling it. I read a little bit. It's pretty much 3 o'clock. I just got an alert that my prescription is ready to pick up, and now my motivation to go back out there and pick it up is significantly lower, so we'll see if I do that or not. But I wanted to end this video here. Next week I am planning on really embracing all the autumnal colors that I'm seeing around me. I want to go for at least one hike, possibly one with just Jared and one with the kids, where we can maybe feed some chickadees. That was Ephraim's request. So fun autumnal stuff coming next week. For the weekend, it is my turn to pick our family time. So generally each weekend we have family time, and we go through and everyone gets a turn to pick, I've mentioned this before, what we're doing. And the deal is, if it's not your turn, you can't complain about what it is, you just have to do it. And the same goes for when it is your turn, no one can complain about it, they just have to do it. I have not decided what I'm going to pick yet. That will be tomorrow probably. Often I pick something like Stardew Valley that's just like really chill, but I'm feeling in the mood for something different. So we'll see. Thanks for joining me for the week, and I will see you guys again in my next video.